Okay, class. Basically, your first official flipped homework is Chapter 5, Section 1, Angles and their measure. We are going to do all 5 of these objectives. They're in your book, and you can read through those. The first thing we're going to deal with here is just look at the vocabulary. We'll be talking about angles. The initial side for us is always the x-axis. That's where we start at. Our angle, we're going to usually use theta. That's how you spell it. Our vertex is always the origin. And the terminal side is where the angle ends. So that's just vocabulary, but it's normal angles like you did in geometry. Okay, so we have to draw these angles. So here's my vertex. Here's my initial side. I know this is 45, this is 90 degrees here, right? 90 degrees. So 45 degrees is yay high. So vertex, initial side, terminal side, and my theta equals 45 degrees. Notice our angle, we're going in counterclockwise motion. So for negative 45, I'm going to draw my vertex, my initial side. Negative just means you're going counterclockwise. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my negative 90. That would be negative 90. So negative 45 is halfway between. So from my initial side, my terminal side here, so this is my theta equals negative 45. Similarly, we can do the 150 degrees. I'm drawing that. That's 90. This would be 180. So 150 would be right about here. So we're starting at the initial side and going here. So that angle, our terminal angle, is the red here. So our theta is 150. For negative, I'm going to erase this one. So for negative, let's do it in green. This is negative 180 would be right through here. So negative 150 is going to end right about there. Erase it. So this is negative 150. If you notice, I can't draw well. So hopefully you'll do better. I'm going to go ahead and draw 450. 450 degrees. So in that case, let me erase this one. 450, I'm going to draw a right angle here. I'm going to go all the way around. That is 360. There's 360 degrees in a circle. I just made a complete circle. Now I have to add another 90 because 360 plus 90 equals 450. Those are degrees, so I'm going to include 90. So my theta is 450 degrees. Okay, another concept that you're going to learn is radian measurement. When you get to calculus, that's all you'll use. Right now you're very familiar with degree measurement. If you read your text, you know what radian measurement is, and you should have copied down the formulas. So basically what you're doing is you're multiplying by pi over 180. Now, I do not use a calculator on this. The best way to do this is to say, because this is over 1, correct? I say, how many times does 30 go into 180? How many 30 degrees are in 180 degrees? 6. So my radian measurement is pi over 6. How many 45 degrees are in 180? 4. So it's just pi over 4. How many 60 degree measurements are in 180? 3. So that would be pi over 3. Now you need to know how to do this without a calculator, because you will not be able to use a calculator on your test. So that's a good way to think about it. We're going to convert from angles to radians, and the easy way to remember the formula on here is to know degrees doesn't have a pi in it. So we want to get rid of the pi. So you just flip the formula. The pi's will cancel out, and you just divide. And that would be 60 degrees. Pi over 6 times 180 over pi. The pi's cancel out. That's going to be 30 degrees. And then the pi over 4. Let's use purple. Pi over 4 times 180 over pi. They cancel out. There's 45 degrees and 180, so that's going to be 45 degrees. Right? All right. The degrees, minutes, and seconds. Okay, this is where if you don't have a calculator at home, just skip it. We will do it in class. The best way to do this is to type it in the calculator. So if you're listening right now, what you're going to type is 40. So you're going to type 40 second app number 1. So second, what is it called? Apps number 1. Then you're going to type 10 second apps number 2. So 10 second apps number 2. And then you're going to type 25 alpha plus. So you're going to type 25 alpha. Did I spell it right? No, L goes there. Another thing I can't spell. Alpha plus. And this will show up in your calculator. Then you hit enter, which I haven't done that yet. So let me delete. So I'm going to type 25 alpha plus. Hit enter. So you hit enter. And you'll get 40.1736 and so on. Again, if you don't have a calculator at home, we'll go over this in class. There's no point in doing all that heavy duty 1 over 60, 1 over 300, 3600. Just use a calculator when we get in class. It won't take that long. For this one, you're going to type in on your calculator 40.32. Let me do that real quick. Make sure I'm telling you right. 40.32. You're going to type second app number 4. So second apps number 4, and hit enter. And you will get 40 degrees, 19 minutes, and 12 seconds. So again, if you don't have a calculator, we'll do this in class. I won't count off if you don't have these done. Alright, number 71. Basically, you're just using your formulas for this. S equals the arc length of a circle. So we're going to go to 71. I think this is one of the problems you have to do. So you're going to use the fact that S equals R times theta. So you have 10 times 1/2 equals 5 meters. Very simple stuff. Alright. 79. We are going to use our formula again. We know that area equals 1/2 R squared theta, which this is going to be equal to 1/2 10 squared times 1/2 again, which equals 100 over 4, which equals 25 meters squared. And don't forget to put your units here. Okay. Alright, the word problems. I'm going to be doing problem 97 and problem 101. Basically, these are just fill in the formula problems. We're going to use the fact that we're going to use the formula omega. This means omega. So omega equals theta over your time. And we get that equals 1/3 over 20 times, which is just 1/3 over 20 equals 1 over 60 radians per second. Now velocity equals your arc length over time, which equals your radius times your angle over time, which equals 5/3 times 1 over 20, which equals 1/12 centimeters per second. Those are your angles. So you're just practicing using your formulas. 101, I'm sure you've already read this. Let's write out what we know. We know that our radius is 3,960 miles. We also know that our angle is 35 degrees and 9 minutes minus 90 degrees and 57 minutes. Because we're trying to find the distance. So you subtract the two, which equals 5 degrees and 12 minutes. Again, we just want to use a calculator sometimes with some of these. Calculator. Alright. Then we're going to multiply. So this equals 5.2 degrees after we use the calculator. And we need this in radians, not degrees, so we're going to multiply it, convert. And that gives us 0.09076 radians. And then all we do is multiply. So we need our arc length. S equals R times theta, which is R is 3960 times 0.09776, and that gives you 359 miles. Okay. And that is all your lesson.